What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. You may or may have not seen the headline late last night that Marvel officially announced 5 more release dates through 2023, seemingly doubling their production in almost half the amount of time. What's more, we now know for sure that Marvel will release no less than 4 movies a year starting in 2021. When you add in the TV shows on top of that, like I said, we're going to have more properties than the Infinity Saga in what's looking like a year less than half the time. We're going to break down every release date that we know, what films most likely slot into those release dates, how it looks for Phase 5 shaping up, what franchises will finally get their debut movie or their sequel, and what other franchises are going to get the shaft considering how crowded the MCU is getting. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros. In fact, at the end of this video, we'll be announcing 2 winners for the 500,000 PlayStation 4 Pro giveaway, as well as some awesome Infinity Saga limited edition box sets. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there, as well as announce the winners of the PlayStation 4 Pros for the 500,000 subscriber mark that we hit yesterday. Now, as I said, they added 5 more new official dates on top of the roster that we already had, making it an even 4 theatrical releases per year. And if you go ahead and take into account only the TV shows that they've confirmed for Disney Streaming Plus, that makes an even 20 properties in 4 years. Like I said, almost the length of the Infinity Saga. Now, leading up to yesterday, we already had release dates through July 29th of 2022. Disney came out and confirmed 1 extra date for that year on October 7th, and then 4 dates for the following year in 2023. February 17th, May 5th, July 28th, and November 3rd. Now, we already know from the announcements during Phase 4 that Blade has some priority over at the MCU, and it's most likely the case he's furthest along in production time. That's why I'm thinking the February 18th slot, right before the release of Black Panther on May 6th, is the most likely slot for Blade, meaning 2 of the movies through the 8 in 2022 and 2023 are already taken up. That's a quarter of the slate already used, and there are a ton of properties that still need slots. Now, considering I've been on such public record as saying we're going to get another Avengers title and the Fantastic Four title both by the end of Phase 5, and obviously those wouldn't come in the same calendar year, you have to pick 2022 or 2023 for one of them to occur first. I'm guessing that's Fantastic Four, and with only 2 release dates left, July 29th and October 7th, I would have to go with October 7th for the Fantastic Four movie and July 29th for Ant-Man 3, only based on the fact that the 2 prominent plot leaks that we've received, as well as the connection between the Quantum Realm and how they could introduce the Fantastic Four, there's a lot of thought that Ant-Man 3 will go into building out their character arcs and introducing them in the first place, so I want to give reverence to those and say that Ant-Man would come out on July 29th, and then the October 7th, 2022 release date that Disney officially announced last night will most likely be the Fantastic Four movie. Now, moving into 2023, there are still a ton of characters that need to either debut in the MCU or get their sequel movie, namely Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. Now, if they go ahead and push him out to 2023, that will have been quite an amount of time that's passed since his sequel movie, and or if this will be a reboot, the first movie in the MCU. That's why I'd like to say that the February 17th date that they announced for 2023 will most likely be Deadpool 3 or Deadpool 1, depending on how you want to look at it, and set him up in the MCU to possibly show up in whatever the next Avengers crossover film that we're going to get may be later that year. We'll also have a May 5th release date, and it's hard to think that with the Avengers movies typically coming out in that showcase May 5 release slot, that wouldn't be the date for them, that they've done it with Avengers Endgame, Infinity War. They always put that most high-profile movie right there in the May, late April slot. I'd have to think that's going to be our next Avengers title, but definitely not Secret Wars yet. As we've mentioned, it's going to take them a minute to build to whatever that next Infinity War Avengers Endgame level event may be. Now, we have 2 more release dates in 2023, July 28th and November 3rd. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has to be one of them, and I think 2023 makes a lot more sense for James Gunn considering where he's at with projects right now and Suicide Squad, how packed the Marvel slate is. They've already pushed it back this far, and even though the script is famously done, James Gunn's going to be able to keep most of the story intact. You have to think a lot has happened in the MCU since between when they wanted to put this movie out and when they're actually going to put this movie out. There's going to have to be some rewrites in way of where the characters are at, why Thor would have joined and then left Guardians of the Galaxy, setting up whatever continuity and wherever they're at in the story. Now that only leaves one specific release date left for this entire Phase 5 slate. That would be November 3rd, and although there's a ton of movies that could qualify for this slot, you have to think about it, it's most likely going to be Captain Marvel 2. Now while she hasn't had a lot of face time here recently, some people even conjectured that she may be off the slate for a while. That was all just silly rumors. Captain Marvel is still going to be the quote-unquote Captain America of the next Infinity Saga phase or event, whatever that's going to be. They need to go ahead and build her character out as soon as they can. Even waiting till 2023 feels like a long time to give a sequel to what should be the quote-unquote next Captain America. That's why my thoughts are November 3, 2023 would be the absolute latest you could introduce Captain Marvel. You've got to get another movie in for her right soon, so it may be the case that I'm very off on one of these dates and that Captain Marvel will actually come much earlier. Now there's this pesky thing in the back of my head that says they're not introducing Daniel Bruhl's character. We're not getting a Baron Zemo back in the MCU with his history in the Marvel Comics paired up with the Red Hulk, and that we won't eventually see a Thunderbolts title. And we reported on exactly 1 week ago that the Thunderbolts had been sent to pre-production via some very top insiders in the MCU, but that doesn't mean a Phase 5 release date. Rather specifically, what it means is they've sent it to pre-production and they can start seeding the Easter eggs in the narratives, in the scripts that they're going to have over the next couple of phases. So when they finally show up in phases 6 and 7, it's not out of the blue. Because of how connected everything is in the MCU, everything has to be done 3 or 4 moves ahead. This is the luxury that Marvel Studios didn't have when they were first born, not knowing how far they would get funding movie to movie, but as being bought by Disney, now moving into something like Disney Streaming Plus and almost an unlimited amount of budget, time, people, and resources, they're able to actually now think as far ahead as they want. That's why they were able to come out and do a Phase 4 slate announcement that had 11 properties. That's why they're able to do something like the entire quantity of the Infinity Saga worth of franchises in the next 4 years because of how much resources they have. Meaning, big picture, you can expect even more Easter eggs and connective tissue for these couple of phases, and then what's coming down the road, should I say it, X-Men and Mutants. You should start looking for those Easter eggs as early as the Black Widow movie. Now, one other thing I will mention, since it seems like it's in the spirit of this video, yesterday we got a brand new headline that Mark Ruffalo had met, or will meet rather, with Kevin Feige to discuss possible storylines. Kevin Feige wants to get Mark Ruffalo's take on the character, where the character arc has been so far, and where they want to take him in the MCU. I'm surely hoping they take note of what all the fans have said, especially here at the channel, about Hulk not getting his due, how dirty they've done him, and that we want to see one of the highest power levels of the Hulk, not the Professor Hulk, definitely not a different iteration of the Hulk. The Red Hulk's fine, but we want the Green Hulk that we know and love, and we better get him back before they try to do a crossover event like Secret Wars. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about all of this, specifically Marvel confirming that they're going to do 4 movies a year, at least 2021, 2022, and 2023. Also, of the franchises I mentioned, are there any that you think shouldn't have one of these slots, or any movie specifically you think that should have one of these slots that hasn't shown up yet in the MCU? I'm all ears, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff and announce the 2 new winners for the PlayStation 4 Pros for the 500,000 subscriber mark. Now, I want to go ahead and let you guys know from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough for 500,000 subscribers. It's an absolutely insane accomplishment I couldn't have done without you guys. And that's why over the next 500,000 subscribers, we're going to double down the same way Marvel Studios did and double the amount of prizes that we're giving away. Also up the ante, not only give away PlayStation 4 Pros and eventually PlayStation 5s when they come out, but as well as Oculus Rift VR sets. And we're also giving away a couple of those $600 Infinity Saga limited edition box sets throughout the holiday season as well. The 2 winners for the PlayStation 4 Pros for the 500,000 subscriber giveaway are these 2 comments here. Bang Bang Kill and RAV. Congratulations, guys, for your comment. Tom is great. I hope a deal can be made. That was back during the Spider-Man debacle when he was out of the MCU. And a very recent comment, I think it wasn't real and I love Avengers. Guys, all you have to do, go ahead and email me everythingalwaysyt gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at IamFires. I'll go ahead and get your information, verify your account. Super important part of that is there are some shady people who try to claim these prizes every single announcement. Don't even try, don't even bother. I have a great system of verifying the account winners. Go ahead and save your time, save my time as well. You guys DM me, I'll go ahead and get your information and get these prizes right out to you. Congratulations, and thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, we're going to double down. We're going to start giving away PlayStation 4 Pros every 50,000 subscribers at the 550, 650, 750, 850, and 950. Then at the 600, 700, 800, 900, and a million mark, we'll also start giving away Oculus Rift VR headsets, as well as these Infinity Saga box sets throughout the holiday season, and some other really awesome high-end Marvel collectibles. We might get into some graded comics, some sideshow statues, some stuff that you guys have said you've wanted for prizes in the past. And like I said, we're going to double down on that, start doing them more frequently as a way to reward you guys. I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. Every single one of you that has stuck around, still hangs around, DMs me your comments, your theories. Guys, this started the same way it is with your friends, just me talking about my theories with my friends. Just because I've been a writer my whole life doesn't really make this any different than it has been with your friends sitting around on the couch talking about what's going to happen in the next Marvel movie, except I get to do it with all of you guys, a population bigger than the size of my home city of Atlanta. That fact has hit me in the face every day here recently, especially considering it was my birthday the day that I hit 500,000 subscribers, which was late last night. I cannot thank you guys enough from the bottom of my heart. As many times as I say that, it still doesn't feel real. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Thanks for checking out the channel, and y'all stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.